Hi everyone, Ashlyn here from Minister for Happiness and welcome to this week's story time. Each week I share an inspiring story, one for you to reflect upon and hopefully take the lessons into your life to make it all the better. And this week's story is one that I have read a few times in a book that I'm rereading called Think and Grow Rich by the wonderful Napoleon Hill. And it is truly a fantastic book, one to be studied rather than just read. So today I've decided to share with you all the story of Edward C. Barnes. And I just want to quote Napoleon Hill in the book. He says, "Truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that. When you mix up purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches or other material objects." And this is true, for sure, of Edward C. Barnes. And it's titled The Power of Thought. Edward C. Barnes had a burning internal drive to go into business with America's most famed inventor, Thomas Edison. He was lacking in a few areas, though. He had no invention to pitch, no particular skills of use, and couldn't scrape together enough meager money, the amount for a train fare to go to Orange, New Jersey. Despite these obstacles, which would surely deter any person, the majority of people in fact, from moving forward with their goal, one of the chief characteristics of Barnes' desire was that it was definite. He wanted to work with Edison, not for him. Barnes made his way to the train station only to be reassured that he did not have the funds to continue his journey. But rather than accepting this fate, he decided to travel blind baggage. And to those of you who are unfamiliar with this term, it means he basically hopped the freight train and squatted his ways to East Orange. Consider this man's determination amidst his circumstances. He had no money, no guarantee he'd meet the legendary inventor, nothing promising to offer Mr. Edison should he come across his path, and absolutely no hint of a reason to believe that Edison would take him on in any capacity. In reality, all Barnes had was his desire. Barnes arrived in Orange, New Jersey, and managed to talk his way into a meeting with Edison. Upon meeting the young man, Edison has said, "He stood there before me, looking like an ordinary tramp, but there was something in his expression on his face which conveyed the impression that he was determined to get what he had come for." Edison continued to explain, "I had learned from many years experiencing with men that when a man really desires a thing so deeply that he is willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. I gave him the opportunity he asked for because I saw he had made up his mind to stand by until he had succeeded. Subsequent events prove that that was not a mistake." It wasn't what Barnes said to Edison that impressed him. Rather, it was what he thought. It was what he thought that counted. Barnes did not get his partnership with Edison on his first interview. He did not get a chance to work with Edison in the offices, but he did get a chance to work in a nominal wage doing work that was unimportant to Edison, but most important to Barnes. In doing this irrelevant, some would say, demeaning work, Barnes made a point to showcase his more tangible attributes to Edison. His unrelenting mindset was, "I came here to go into business with Edison, and I accomplish this end if it takes me the remainder of my life." Adopting this mindset guarantees only two outcomes in your life. One, that you will obtain that which you desire, and two, you will die in the pursuit of chasing that which you desire. Months passed by and still his goal went unrealized. However, something important was happening in Barnes' mind. He was constantly intensifying his desire to become a business associate with Edison. Finally, in a very unpredictable manner, Barnes' objective came within reach. Edison had just completed work on a new office device, at the time named the Edison dictating machine, later known as the Ediphone. He was having trouble getting his salesmen to take on the invention. They thought it'd take just short of a miracle to sell the thing. In this struggle, Barnes saw his opportunity. He believed that he could sell the machine and approached Edison with a plan and how he'd do so. Upon reviewing the strategy, Edison gave him a chance. Barnes took full advantage and went on a roll selling the Ediphone. His success was such that Edison eventually gave him an exclusive contract to distribute and market the device all over the nation. Their association as business partners became so well known, it gave birth to the slogan, "Made by Edison and installed by Barnes." This business venture earned Barnes lots of money. However, more importantly, he accomplished something much greater in discovering the awesome power of thought. Napoleon Hill concludes in the story of Edward C. Barnes that how much actual cash that original desire of Barnes was worth to him, I have no way of knowing. Perhaps it brought him $2 or $3 million at the time. Whatever the amount, it becomes insignificant when compared to the greater asset he acquired, the definite knowledge that an intangible impulse of thought can be transmuted into its own physical counterpart by the application of the known principles. And that is, as we said at the beginning, truly thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when mixed with purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for the translation into riches or other material objects. Napoleon Hill. So this week's story is a slightly longer one, but very insightful. And I think that we can all take from this that when we really truly desire something and we stay consistent and persistent with achieving that goal, then we too, like Barnes, can achieve it. So I hope you enjoy this week's story, and as always, I'd ask that you like and share this, please, because you never know who may need to hear this lesson this week. Someone might get the spark of inspiration from it and pursue their life's dream and purpose, and it might give them great enjoyment. So until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay safe. Bye!